Hey, what is going on, guys? It's DK. Back at you with another video here to running the 7-game NBA main slate on Saturday. Before we get into the video, if you guys are new to the channel, my name's DK. I make daily videos and live stream for NBA and NFL sites on Draftkings, and we're now making content for NBA Top Shot as well. If you're unable to watch these YouTube videos, I also upload an Apple podcast of a link down below. It's called the DKDFS Show. If you're interested in signing up for premium content, I offer that on Patreon.com, an esports package as well as an NBA package. And then I want to thank Prize Picks for sponsoring this show. If this is your first time watching or you're not familiar with Prize Picks, the idea is you're taking over/under on fantasy points. So let's see, there's a lot of players up already, probably close to 50. And, you can pick out the ones that you like and you can take over/under on fantasy points. So like Russell Westbrook, projected for 50 fantasy points. Do you like the under? Do you like the over? You can mix and match sports. So you can use a couple NBA. You can do PGA, college basketball. They have everything esports. So if you guys want to sign up, you can use the code DKDFS. DKDFS, all one word, link down below. You get a 100% match up to $100. So if you put $100 in, you get a free $100 to play with. And then finally, I just want to thank you guys for the continued support on these DFS videos, the Top Shot videos, the live streams is greatly, greatly appreciated. If you do enjoy the content, leave a like button on the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and hit the notification bell so you don't upload videos you know when I go live. No YouTube live stream today, but I will be back for a YouTube live stream tomorrow. With that out of the way, let's jump into it. So before we talk about players and the prices for this 7-game slate, we can look back lineup here from Friday. So Friday, once again, got hit with injury bug. Back-to-back games, not fun. But cash in the lower dollar stuff. I actually cashed pretty easily in the lower dollar stuff. I knew, though, in the higher dollar stuff, everyone would have basically the same lineup. I talked about that in the YouTube live stream. I talked about it in the Patreon live stream more. I was like, the higher dollar stuff, like the sharps, most people are going to have close to the same lineup. And we can go over that in a sec. Because it was basically like lineup trains in the higher dollar stuff. But yeah, even with the Embiid injury and the Westbrook blowout, I still cash easily in the lower dollar tournament. So again, here I can get out of the way so you guys can see the full lineup. But yeah, basically what I did was I used 4 value plays from Houston. The clear one in Kevin Porter Jr. Everyone knew that. I used Ben McLemore, Martin, and Sterling Brown. So I used those 4 with Kelly Olynyk as my mid-tier play to pair with Jimmy Butler, Embiid, and Russell Westbrook. I knew it was going to be a popular build, but I stuck with it. I guess once Beal got ruled in, so I was looking, if Beal would have got ruled out, I might have changed something because I was like, everyone's going to have this lineup. But once Beal got ruled in, I figured, hey, Westbrook's going to be pretty low on. I'll just stick with him. I think that'll differentiate my lineup. And it did in the higher dollar stuff. So that was it for my look back again here in the higher dollar stuff. I just missed in the cash, which is unfortunate, and everyone had the same lineup. So here we can go to the lineup train. It was a 2v2 swap basically. So they had Derek White and Jokic, and I had Kelly Olynyk and Westbrook, and that's one I'm fine sticking with, right? Just if that game stays close and Embiid, they had Embiid too, but if that Washington game stays close, I pass this lineup train because Westbrook plays the fourth quarter. That was it. Again, it was a really, really chalky night, but I knew it would be. And that's why, again, in the higher dollar stuff, I stuck with Russell Westbrook. He was only 19% owned. Was on pace for a good game. And again, unfortunate that game blew out. But yeah, that's it for the look back, guys. So let's talk about this 7-game slate here. We can take a look at the Vegas odds. So that early game is not on it. We have Bucks Wizards at 240.5 over under. The Bucks are 11-point favorites. Pistons and Nets at 226 over under. The Nets are 11-point favorites. 2 games that have blowout potential. There's a lot of blowouts last night too. Toronto and Charlotte at 234 over under. The Hornets are 2.5-point favorites. Kings and Hawks 238 over under. The Hawks are 4-point favorites. Blazers, Timberwolves 234 over under. The Blazers are 5-point favorites. And Mavs, Nuggets 226 over under. Nuggets are 1.5-point favorites. Pacers, Suns 223.5 over under. These Suns are 7-point favorites. The return of CARIS LEVERT. I am so excited for that one. But let's start off here with Detroit and Brooklyn. So Again, there is some blowout risk here. On the Detroit side, besides Jeremy Grant, everyone kind of played minutes in like the low to mid 20s, which is not a great thing. Jeremy Grant played 34 minutes. It is a good matchup. He's been up and down. If you think the Pistons can keep this game close, I think you can definitely have some interest in Jeremy Grant. Not really someone I go to in cash game setting just because he's had a somewhat low floor. But the ceiling is there like we saw that last game. So do have some interest in Jeremy Grant. My issue with Mason Plumlee is, number one, the Pistons don't have a ton of to play for, obviously. Number two, he's just always in foul trouble. And they seem like they want to give Isaiah Stewart some decent runs. So, like, we saw a stretch of games where Plumlee was playing 35-ish minutes, and now we're back to like 25 to maybe 30, which he can get it done in that time, no doubt about it. Again, a great matchup, but I would just say that makes him riskier. Josh Jackson, DeLon Wright in his first game back, they only played him 22 minutes. I'm going to wait. I need to see him play more minutes until I can, target him with confidence. Sadiq Bey, no thank you. Value guy I am interested in is Isaiah Stewart. Again, mentioned that they're kind of not playing Plumlee huge minutes. Isaiah Stewart, 28, 20, 20, 23 minutes. If he's going to continue to play around 20-ish minutes, I think you can use him as a punt play. Now, Svi Mikhailuk got traded for Hamidou Diallo. He actually did play 26 minutes last night. I don't know if it's going to do a ton. Like, probably opens up more minutes maybe for a guy like Wayne Ellington, but I don't really want to play Wayne Ellington. Saban Lee, I think Dennis Smith Jr. is out, so like he probably plays the backup point guard role if you want to get a little bit different. I don't think DeLon Wright's going to play huge minutes yet. So that is it for the Pistons. Moving on to the Brooklyn Nets. Harden, Giannis at the top. Like them both a lot. Again, great matchup here. It's just a matter of, do you think the Pistons can keep it close? So like Harden, in close games, he's going to play about 40 minutes. And again, he's got triple-double upside. Kyrie had the big game last game in the revenge game narrative. He's cheaper. Again, I like them both. It's just a matter of, do you think the Pistons can keep it close? Value-wise, there's not really a ton of love here. I will mention Nick Claxton at 3.3K. Even with Jeff Green back that last game, he still played 18 minutes. So if he's going to have a role in this offense no matter what, and play the backup center role, I think you can use him because he's flashed some upside in limited time. Moving on to Toronto and Charlotte. So definitely a game you're going to want to have some interest in. Kyle Lowry at the top at 8.7K just shot the ball terribly. 5 of 17. Him and Tobias Harris a couple nights ago started like 0 of 13. He shot 5 of 17 and still went for 40 plus fantasy points. He's going to play about 40 minutes. Like I said, no Van Fleet, no Siakam, no OG Anunoby. Clear number one on the offense. I really like Kyle Lowry, and I do like Norman Powell too. My one concern, he continues to shoot the ball well. The positives of Norman Powell are the shot attempts will be there, the minutes will be there. The negative, he doesn't do a ton of the peripheral, so the day where he does not shoot the ball well, he's going to have a low floor game. Like, that is the concern with Norman Powell. But hey, he's the number 2 right now in the offense, and he's getting a ton of shot attempts up. I do like Powell at that price. You guys know my feelings on Chris Boucher. Love playing this guy. He went for 50 fantasy points that last game. I'm not afraid of Charlotte defensively. He should come off the bench, but honestly, I'm expecting somewhere around 25 to 35 minutes. If he only plays 25, then there's a chance he probably is not going to get you there. If he plays closer to that 35-minute mark like he did against Boston, he definitely has a really good chance to go for 50 plus because he's such a good point per minute guy. So I do like Chris Boucher a good amount for tournaments. Aaron Baines, I think, is a safer play. Has played 24, 29, and 30 minutes. They just don't have a ton of bodies. So, like, if we're going to continue to get around 30 minutes from Aaron Baines, then, yeah, I think he's a viable value play. Scrolling down a bit more, so Terrence Davis only played 10 minutes last game. The minutes kind of have really fluctuated for these secondary pieces for Toronto, which always makes them risky. I think the only way to target him is if he starts. If he does not start, I don't think I want to play Terrence Davis just because of those minutes at last game. Now, it was Bembry, it was Stanley Johnson that both started. Bembry played 37 minutes. Again, 5, 23, 27, 20, 37. I don't know how you can feel super confident with that. It is good that he played those minutes last game, but there's just no guarantee. And then Stanley Johnson played 27. So if those two start again, I think you can use them as punt plays. Minutes, never guaranteed, but would feel a little bit more confident in them if they both start. Moving on to Charlotte. Honestly, besides LaMelo Ball, there's not a ton of love here. LaMelo Ball at 8.62 is still not like a smash play. He only played 29 minutes the last game with Devontae Graham back. does worry me a bit. So again, only a tournament play. No thank you on Rozier. No thank you on Gordon Hayward. No thank you on PJ. Like, everyone else is kind of just priced up from when a lot of guys are out. Like, Cody Zeller's at 4.9K. He did play 26 minutes. If he's going to play about mid-20s minutes, I think Cody Zeller would probably be the guy. But Charlotte's not a team I love. Moving on to Milwaukee and Washington. So Milwaukee, obviously Giannis. This is just a great matchup. Really like him if you think Washington can keep it close. So do like Giannis a lot. I will mention Bobby Portis because this is a guy that at 4.1K, that's a price where I might be willing to take a shot. I know the minutes have fluctuated for him, but this is a great matchup. And if the game does blow out, we've seen games when Milwaukee blows out other teams, Bobby Portis gets extended to like 25 plus minutes. And then like at this price, he could crush. So I'm willing to take a shot on Bobby Portis, honestly, either way. And if the game blows out, he's going to have a massive game. So I actually do like Bobby Portis for value. It's Giannis, it's Bobby Portis for me. Drew Holiday at 6.5K. Again, that game did blow out. He was on pace for probably over 30 minutes. So if you want to like full stack this game and use like Giannis, Drew, Bobby Portis, and like run it back like Westbrook or Beal, I don't hate it. And the price is reasonable enough. And he was on pace for more minutes, so the game did stay competitive. Moving on to Washington and on the Washington side. So Russell Westbrook at 10.2K. Again, in limited time, crushed 45 fantasy points in that blowout. He should play 35 plus minutes. If you're targeting Giannis Antetokounmpo, I think it makes sense. You don't have to, but it makes sense to run it back to one of these Washington guards, because if Washington's going to keep it close, I mean, we know where it's coming from. It's Beal, Westbrook. So, and I always prefer Westbrook because he does more of the peripherals. Brad Beal is cheaper at 9.4K, but just a little bit riskier, right? 2 boards, 1 assist. That's 100% his floor. But like I said, Westbrook is safer than Bradley Beal. And as far as the value goes for Washington, Davis Bertans at 4.3. He did get injured that last game in only 10 minutes. So Denny Avdija is at 4K. I could see punting with him, but it's just he doesn't do a ton besides score the ball. So that is it for Washington. Moving on to Sacramento and Atlanta. Sacramento, De'Aaron Fox at the top at 9.2K. He's just continuing to get it done. In that blowout in 34 minutes, won for 56 fantasy points. I'm a huge De'Aaron Fox fan, and I love the matchup, so I do like him at the top. Barnes, the minutes went down. No thank you. No thank you on Buddy Hield at 6.6K. I mean, I don't know what's happening with Buddy Hield. He's been on a stretch where he just does nothing, and then honestly, these last like 3 or 4 games, he's really turned it on. Kind of like a Harrison Barnes, right? Barnes games where he will just go back to his old self and do nothing, and then times will take over. Like, I don't know if I trust this from Buddy Hield. If you want to continue to ride the hot streak, you can. I'm probably not going to do it, but hey, he's been playing really well. Now, Rashawn Holmes at 6.4K, played 35 minutes that last game. The minutes went, with Halliburton back, the minutes went down a lot for Bagley. Didn't go down for Holmes. This is a big front court for Atlanta. I'm fine using Rashawn Holmes. As long as he stays out of foul trouble, and he's a solid point per minute guy. Halliburton, I'm going to take a wait-and-see approach. I need to see him play more minutes before I can target him. And that's it for Sacramento. Moving on to Atlanta. Trae Young at the top at 9.8K. Again, fantastic matchups. You can definitely run like a Trae Young, De'Aaron Fox stack for tournaments. I do like that. Trae Young's going to play 35 plus minutes. Yeah, I think he's a good play. And I do have some interest in Clint Capella too. 7.5K. He should play around 30 minutes. We know he's a really good point per minute guy. Sacramento's a big team. Again, I kind of do like this game as part of a game stack as well. So I do like Capella. John Collins at 6'5", just takes a back seat when Capella is healthy, so I'm probably not going to go there. Gallinari, no thank you. Bogdanovich at 3.8K was the chalk that last slate and only played 17 minutes. Now, he did shoot the ball 0 of 6. They said there's no minutes restriction for him. It's a tough one. It is a revenge game narrative, and like Bogdan is a pretty solid point per minute guy, but it's like, how many minutes are we going to get? So I would say a riskier play just because even with no minutes restriction, he only played 17 minutes. Another situation, though, that if things go right and he plays like 25 plus, he could crush the salary. So I am interested in Bogdan. I would say, again, a little bit of a riskier play because no guarantee for minutes. Portland, Minnesota, another game that has a good amount of upside, in my opinion. Damian Lillard at the top. Fantastic matchup. should play, close to 40 minutes. I do like him at the top. I do like Enes Kanter too. Karl-Anthony Towns not a good defender, and they just have like no other big. So as long as he stays out of foul trouble, he's going to play about 35 minutes. I do like Kanter as well. The wings, not a ton of love. Like Roko's at 5.6K. He's been playing really consistent minutes, like 35-ish. A guy that can do some of the peripherals as well. So if I'm going to pick up one of the wings for Portland, it's going to be Robert Covington. Moving on to Minnesota. Karl-Anthony Towns, 9.6K. Again, great matchup here. Like, you could definitely pair both centers together. Neither are good defenders. He should play 33, 34 minutes in a close game. So do have some interest there in Cat at the top. Anthony Edwards with no Beasley, no DeAndre Russell. He's going to be the number 2 in the offense, and he's getting a ton of shot attempts up right now. I'm perfectly fine going to him in tournaments. Can you make the argument for him in cash games? Sure, because minutes and shot attempts. But he still has a somewhat low floor, kind of like a Norman Powell, right? I would put those guys as pretty similar plays. Both guys are going to play big minutes. Norman Powell, Anthony Edwards. Both guys are going to get a ton of shot attempts up. So normally, kind of score-independent guys, I don't like playing in cash games, but I think you can make exceptions for both Powell and Anthony Edwards because of minutes, because of shot attempts. Moving on, Ricky Rubio. Again, I wanted to see how many minutes he played without McLaughlin. He still only played 27. Now, Noel was the value guy I mentioned. He went off. Played the backup point guard, went in 28 minutes, went for 49 fantasy points. Now, we're not going to get that again. We are not. And it was a blowout, so he played more. So just be careful with Noel. They also still have a lot of guys they can use, Minnesota off the bench. I think we probably get around 20-ish minutes from him, which makes him a decent value. But don't expect 49 again, right? In 21, 23 minutes, 12 and 12 fantasy points. Again, be careful here with Noel. Again, McDaniels had a pretty big game because of the blowout. Minutes for him, I would say probably around 20-ish. Jake Layman, a low usage guy, but should play around 20 minutes too. So it's there's a couple fringe guys you can consider here from Minnesota, but nothing I feel amazing about. Indiana and Phoenix. So again, CARIS LEVERT is back. I'm going to pass for now because I don't think he's going to play full minutes. And with LEVERT being in this offense that really takes a hit to everyone else, I think the only other guy I would consider would be Domantas Sabonis at 9.5K. 1 for 50 plus at last game against the Lakers. He should play 35 plus minutes. Again, a safe play because of the triple-double upside. So Sabonis would be the guy at the top. Other than that, there's no one I have interest in on Phoenix. Not a ton of love here. Booker, Paul at the top, both seem priced about right. DeAndre Ayton has been losing minutes, even in close games. Only played 23 minutes the last game. Sarge has closed in 2 of the last 3 games, 26 and 24 minutes in those games. I'm fine if you want to take a shot in Sarge and just hope they close with him again. But yeah, that's it for Phoenix. Finally, Dallas, Denver. This game should be fun to watch. We have Luka versus Jokic. Luka at the top at 10-6. I think is a safe play with upside. He's going to play 35 plus minutes and again has the triple-double upsides. I do like Luka. Porzingis more the contrarian play. Did go for 49 that last game, but he has a lower floor. The rest of the Dallas plays, I'm kind of staying away from both those guys healthy. So Brunson's too pricey. He's probably only going to play about 20 minutes. Jay Rich is priced about right. There's just, not a ton else I like on Dallas. Moving on to Denver. So Nikola Jokic at 10.8K, won for a big game last game. I do like him at the top. Again, he's going to play 35 plus minutes. So safe play. Murray, MPJ, more GBP plays. Paul Millsap, how many minutes did he play off the bench? Did play 22. I don't want to play Paul Millsap. I don't. And value guys, with Denver getting healthier, it kind of takes them out of play. So that's really it for the team-by-team breakdown, guys. I think that's going to do it for the video as well. If you have been enjoying the content so far, I would really appreciate if you hit the like button on the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and hit the notification bell so you know when I upload videos, live. Again, unfortunately, no YouTube live stream tonight, guys, but I will be back for one tomorrow. So thanks again, guys. Have a great day, and I will see you all later.